Hi, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. So today we're going to discuss who's going to take a beating because of Corona and why, and strategies for what they can do about it. For now, let's just start with who's going to be out the door based on age and experience. Rainmakers are going to be safe because rainmakers are always safe. If you've got a book of clients and you're not in an area that's about to get wiped out, then you're fine. Your firm is going to keep you. As a matter of fact, this could be a very good time to examine options because people are going to hold you in a much higher value than they would in a normal market. But in either case, those with the clients will be okay. Junior associates will be fine. They're cheap labor, they're inexpensive, but the work does need to be done. So it's going to be the people who are, say, 6 years up through of counsel and service partners who are going to be the first out the door. Basically, they're more experienced workers, but they're much more expensive. And the cuts are going to have to be made. And the odds that, a 6th through 10th year associate will stick around in a practice if there are 5, first to 4th year associates in that practice are very low. So that person needs to prepare for what's coming. Obvious practice areas that are just going to get wiped out are like hospitality and gaming, real estate transactions, etc. Unlike in 2002, 3, and 4, and 2009 and 10, commercial litigators are really going to feel a pinch this time. It's going to be much more difficult for them because a lot of cases are simply going to settle or they'll lose funding and putter out. And a lot of cases that might have been are going to be eliminated by force majeure clauses. These are unforeseeable events. This is something that is going to be very, very hard to, sue for breach of contract or something under these circumstances. So, what can we do about it? What areas are going to be hot, and that kind of thing? The areas that are going to be hottest. Every company and law firm and accounting firm and everything else in the world has just been forced to go into cyberspace with zero preparation for this whatsoever. So cybersecurity and data privacy is probably going to be the single hottest practice area out there for the foreseeable future. Similarly, blockchain and fintech. As a matter of fact, they put a digital currency clause in the most recent stimulus package. And so that's significant because for a lot of people, all of this is still like, oh, you mean Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever? And, is that some sort of software thing? This is really going to become legitimized at an accelerated level because of current events. Cannabis is bulletproof. That genie is out of the bottle. It's not going back in. Cannabis will be legal nationally. So if you're in a state that hasn't already legalized it, I would network with attorneys in states like mine, Nevada, who have legalized it. I would do everything that you can to learn about it. Let's see. Labor and employment will be very, very strong. I have a friend who runs a labor and employment boutique. He just hired 2 new associates, and this is as of April of 2020. And is going to continue hiring more partners, etc. So that's an area that's going to be very, very strong as well. Okay, corporate transactions. These are obviously going to be on the decline, but if you're a smart attorney who has plenty of regulatory experience with 33 and 34 Act and 10Qs and all that other exciting stuff, now might be the time to do marketing on an alternative fee arrangement to act as outside counsel for companies who can't afford an in-house counsel and who are about to get hit with a ton of new regulations, because anytime anything big happens, government's response and cure, if you will, is to add more regulations to the universe. So If you have any expertise in any of the areas that I'm talking about, you need to start branding as quickly as possible. And so you'll either rebrand or mixed brand yourself. What you don't want to do is taint your brand. What I mean by that is if you rebrand, let's say you're a resorts and hospitality attorney who specializes in hotels and timeshares and whatever. What I might do is take a look at teaming up with a debtor's rights bankruptcy attorney, and together combining a niche of we are the workout attorneys for resorts and hospitalities, because you can bet that is going to be a deep, deep well of legal work coming this way. And people always like anyone who caters specifically to their little slice in the universe. This is why I don't do paralegals, I don't do in-house placements, I don't work with finance people. We do one thing. Now, if you're going to mix brand, that's fine as long as the brands aren't contradictory or discrediting. So if you're a commercial litigator and you decide that you're going to go after labor and employment law, great. Being a commercial and labor and employment litigator doesn't discredit you. One doesn't take away from the other. There's obvious correlations and connections there. So you can hold on to your old brand as a commercial litigator. You just want to forward your brand as an employment law attorney as quickly as you can. The last thing there is a tainted brand. What you cannot do is hold yourself out as a cybersecurity litigation specialist and a real estate transactions attorney. They are not connected at all. One has nothing to do with the other. Any general counsel or C-level who looks at that bio is going to get confused and just look for the person who has a singular niche or a related niche. So either rebrand or mix brand to something compatible, but do not taint your new brand. It is time to become a human sponge and learn everything you need to learn about your new or remixed brand. The last thing or strategy I would offer, if let's say you're a corporate attorney in New York and they're about to get just flooded with a tidal wave of Harvard, Yale, Columbia grads from AmLaws in New York who are now out of work. If you can, you might take a look at sending your resume to firms in Indiana or Minnesota or Wyoming or somewhere where they would be thrilled to death to be able to brag about having captured an AmLaw attorney from New York who's got this M&A and private equity experience, and will also help them with whatever it is. It may not be the first choice, it may not be a pleasant choice, but on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, a lot of people are in survival mode right now. All right, that's it for now. Good luck. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.